last episode, Danny wanted to see Hebert start or something like that.
Yeah, this guy's a fool. You're looking tan today. I'm looking you on the camera.
Yeah? It's about time now. I don't look so pale. He always makes us look so pale.
Super happy to have my 50th goal with NYCFC.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I saw the 50th one.
And can't wait to have more goals with the team.
Oh. Maybe somebody at NYCFC said, like, pretend you want to be here just till the end of...
He's like, yeah, more goals for the next 2 months.
Yeah, he's...
Welcome to the 15th episode of the City Boys Show. I'm Javier. We got Danny and we got Buzz. What is going on, y'all?
What is going on? Interesting game we had. Funny thing, it was a draw, but last draw felt like a win. To me, this draw felt like a loss. How'd you guys feel about it?
100%. That's how I feel about it. We're still winless under Nick Cushing, and I'm getting depressed by each game. It's not good.
Yeah, agreed. This one definitely felt like a loss. Just let's recap what we're going to talk about this episode. We're going to go over Atlanta. We're going to talk about the supporters' sanctions. Unfortunately, sad day, sad month of July for us, but we'll talk about that more. And we're going to preview our game against New England. I'm sure that that's a revenge game for them, but we'll see what happens. But let's get into this Atlanta game. What did we think? How did the first half go? You start us off, Danny.
I mean, I thought we played really well the first half. Also, we were the only team that scored on the first half, right? So what happened? Very early on in the game, we had multiple chances to score a goal. We felt like we were in complete control. I felt like if you saw us playing, you're like, okay, like this team knows what they're doing. We came here with the game plan, and we had multiple shots on target, off target, but good shots. It wasn't like some lucky shots. I felt like we played really well. And then on the 38th minute, we had that beautiful pass from Talons to Taty Castellanos on 30, and it was a beautiful goal. So I thought on the first half, I thought we played very well.
I had a little different perception of what we did that first half. I think we had generated some good scoring opportunities, but we did not have some consistency in defense. I mean, we gave up a good amount of chances that if they just got those shots on target. Sean Johnson, I think, had two pretty good saves in the first half, but they just missed, a lot of opportunities to score. I don't think we played that great. Yes, we went into half winning or leading 1-0, but I don't think we played great. I think we had some nice moments.
Yeah, I thought it was actually a pretty even game that first half. I was in the sidelines. You saw some of the footage I just shot. Shaky as hell. Sorry about that, guy. And we couldn't get the Taty goal because it was past the 15-minute mark. But, yeah, I thought we had opportunities, but they had just as good as opportunities as well. So it was kind of a back and forth game at that point. But I felt like if we would have scored on some of those early opportunities in that game, we could have kind of made it wide open. We could have really taken over at that point.
Yeah, I believe it was the first half with the Santi miss, right, from Tinnerholm, where Tinnerholm just had that beautiful cross in. Santi was right in front of the net and hit the goalpost.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was we definitely had some missed opportunities in that first half.
Yeah, and to Javi's point, who I don't like that he agrees with Nick Cushing too much, but Nick Cushing in the post-game press conference even mentioned that we couldn't get that one extra goal. If we had that extra margin, if we were up 3-1, he felt we would have won that game. Granted, you should win a game if you're up 3-1. But yeah, that Santi one hurt because he hit it in the one place that it wouldn't score a goal. Like he had the whole net.
Yeah. And then what happens in the second half? I guess we want to move to the second half.
Yes.
Yeah, let's move to the second half.
So then we come out. Josef Martinez hits that. I think it was the header, right?
Amazing header. Amazing.
No, the pass was great.
Yep.
The header was right on point on that 56th minute. But we responded right afterwards.
Like 3 minutes later, I think, right?
Yeah,
it was like literally instant by none other than the tied for leading goal scorer in the MLS with 10 goals.
Yeah.
Taty. I think last episode, Danny wanted to see Hebert start or something like that.
Yeah, this guy's a fool. And they actually asked Taty, is he trying to go for the golden boot? And he's like, no, not really. I mean, if I score, it's better for the team, but I'm not going for the golden boot. That's not my goal.
You know what's interesting though? So we all are speculating that Taty's gonna leave, right?
Right.
Okay. So then Taty answered the way he did. Don't really care. Okay. He was sick last week.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But then on Twitter, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, he goes super happy. It's in Spanish, but you can translate it. Super happy to have my 50th goal with NYCFC.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I saw the 50th one.
And can't wait to have more goals with the team.
Oh. Maybe somebody at NYCFC said, like, pretend you want to be here just till the end of.
He's like, yeah, more goals for the next 2 months.
Yeah. He's,
and then I will go to Europe and score more.
Yeah, I think he's eager to leave. I really feel. I mean, he's a superstar.
I think he likes the squad, though. I think they have chemistry, and that chemistry goes without word. It's an obvious chemistry that I don't think he's like, oh, I don't like playing with these players.
Yeah, I mean, you have a 19-year-old midfielder that I don't know about as of today, but at the time the game was over, Tallis had the second most assists in the league.
Crazy.
So he's being fed. I mean, that Taty combo is deadly, as you can see with their stats.
Yeah.
So I think he likes the guys, but I think if you're a player, and this is something that's not good about MLS, you don't want to end up at an MLS. You want to maybe start or end, but you want to play on a big team in a big league, and that's mainly in Europe.
Sure. MLS is getting bigger. We got an Apple contract.
We got an Apple contract.
I don't see no Champions League with an Apple contract.
That's true. That's true. And we're getting some talented players, which we'll touch base on a little later.
But let's get back to this game.
Yes.
We're getting sidetracked here. We love talking about Castellanos here. But so second half, we go up 2-1. We're feeling good. I think at this point, we lost a little momentum, and this is going to go into a future conversation about the sanctions that were done to the supporter section. But we give up a goal. I think it was in the 86th minute. Callens comes up. I think Callens didn't have an amazing game this game.
Chanel definitely played better that
the
game.
first time you could noticeably say, me personally, I could say Callens didn't have a good game.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time.
Exactly. He's played so well that it's hard to complain at all. But yeah, so he falls. I believe he falls down while Dom Dwyer is trying to. Dom Dwyer gets past him, scores the goal. But I attribute some of that to us losing momentum. Like, there wasn't that intensity that we usually get, and I think it's because the supporter section was not allowed to bring their drums. What do you guys think about these? I guess, do we want to get into these sanctions now?
Well, I think the one thing before we talk about the drums is, in my opinion, we played really well, and I posted this on Twitter through City Boys Twitter account, which you should follow us, please. But I thought we played well until like the 75th minute, and then we were up and said, let's just stop trying to score. And you can tell that everyone just started slowing down. Everyone started staying back, kind of sit. What do they call the phrase? Sit in the bus,
parking the
bus. And it was noticeable. And then all of a sudden you saw Atlanta kept trying to do shots, and luckily Sean Johnson blocked a lot of them. But I see this every episode, that our best defense is offense. We do not have the back line to stop attacking. And I think I do agree the drums played a part, but I do think that the strategy that happened after the 75th minute, which I think, we did talk a lot after we talked with Cushing after the game. There was a lot. He said there was a lot of fatigue, right? They just played. They were in Cincy, right? And now they come back and they're playing in New York a few days later. So it is a lot. But I just don't think parking the bus is ever the right strategy for NYCFC. We've always given up a goal in those situations.
Yeah. So I do want to go into the sanctions, but before we do, I agree 100%, which is rare with Danny. That's what happened. We got super defensive. We stopped attacking. I am going to put some of that on the fact that Tallis was out, because once we sub Tallis out, he demands the ball so much. He keeps it out of the other team's possession because he's holding on to it. Even if he's not scoring a goal, or he'll get fouls. Once he was out of the lineup, then the ball is more in their possession. We're playing back. You're just playing prevent defense, and you're going to give up shots.
And the reason they subbed Tallis was because we had so many back-to-back games, and Tallis has been starting every one of those games.
Yeah.
And I know you were big on if Maxi Morales could play,
Yes.
Dallas could play.
I mean,
But-
Maxi's like my age, and he's out there playing. And then
Hey,
I mean,
he's not that old. No,
He's
I'm
not?
messing with you.
is he 38? Please be 38.
I don't think he's 30. He's
Yeah.
36. I think.
I got no gray hair. Well, I can't talk
I'm
about you
graying out
guys,
over here.
but
so
they're
we
both
can-
younger, so that never mind. That's a bad example. But could some of that have been Javi because the players didn't feel that same energy with those drums behind them? I think that's very possible.
I do think that's possible, and I think people think, "Oh, is a 12th man really a real thing?"
Yeah,
But I really do think it was. I think if the environment felt so different, so quieter, that Yankee Stadium is already hard to make sounds because it's so
The
open.
acoustics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The acoustics of the place. But I thought it was just so much harder to get everyone riled up. I mean, we weren't sitting in the supporter section, right? We were in the press box, so we couldn't help support the screaming. Because you can't scream in the press box, unfortunately.
can't even clap.
But yeah, I do think it played a part.
Yeah, but think about prior games that we've been to that we did sit in the press box. You hear it. That drum, like
Yeah. Exactly.
it penetrates like the wall. It was sad, and I don't get it. I mean, do you want to talk about why the sanctions again?
Yeah, so if nobody knows, the team, the supporter section was saying, I don't know if it's just the supporter section or would you say the fans overall, but because of what happened at Red Bull Arena, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, there was some fights in the stands, smoke bombs. It just wasn't a
Beer
good look.
throwing.
Yeah, beer throwing. So it wasn't a good look. And there was repercussions for it. So basically, the front office was like, you cannot have drums for the rest of the month of July. What else was there?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna redistribute the Red Bull away tickets. I believe that game's July 17th or 16th. And they're gonna diminish the amount that how many supporters
gonna
can
give
actually
us.
go to that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess to start off, those drums for the whole month of July, what do you think of those sanctions? And we're fairly new. I from what I've seen or heard from other supporters who've been here for quite some time, sanctions are nothing new to the supporter section. So what do you think of them sanctioning the drums for a month?
So, my opinion, I don't think not only does it hurt the supporter section, which has been with you thick and through. We just lost the coach, right? The morale's kind of a little low. I think it's bad timing for that.
Sure.
But also, I really think it hurts getting new fans. So it's interesting. Right before this game, my neighbor wanted to come and go to the game, and because we were in the press box, gave her our season tickets for that game. She was rolling 16 deep and was very excited to have the supporter section, environment. And if those 16 people are casual fans and they want that, you kind of lose a little bit of that. Yeah, there's still some chanting, but
Yeah.
I think if you're going to that game, and it looked like that place was pretty packed that day. People were going for the July 4th weekend. And so then in a way, those fans that just came in for the first time might not be as sticky to them, right? They might not want to come back because of the environment. So I thought you're not just hurting the supporters. I think you could end up hurting like future supporters. And so that I think, I don't really know who it's helping by doing that. Why not just penalize more away games versus hurting the fan base? That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I think the reduction of tickets to that away games or the Red Bull specifically is fine. Do that.
I think that's understandable because that's kind of the place we did it all.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
we got the sanction.
And that behavior wasn't happening at our stadium. So you're basically punishing, yes, your supporters, like Danny said, and these are like loyal supporters. And then you're punishing the team that's already in a rut with our new coach. And like now was not the time. I mean, I get it when something bad happens, you can't pick and choose the time you punish it, but I think they could have changed the punishment.
Yeah.
That would be less detrimental to the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the game, though. I mean, yes, unfortunately, the sanctions were bad. Let's talk about Tinnerholm making his return. I think he played great for the minutes he was there. I know the 60th minute he left because of an ankle injury. I went into the locker room after. We asked him, me and the Trey from Blue Balls, and he said his ankle's fine. He's gonna be fine. But yeah. So, what did you think of Tinnerholm's performance?
I'm so happy he's back.
Yeah.
I thought he played so well. He had so many crosses in that box, and he's just so much more aggressive.
Yeah.
I think I think we might have talked about it in the last episode, or if it was offline, but Gray had a very I don't know what the word is. He had the same strategy every time. He pretty much made it all the way to the line, try to cross it in, the goalie would catch it. It would just almost happen. Sometimes it didn't. And I like Gray's play. I thought Gray played really well, especially defensively. But Tinnerholm just brings an offensive presence, and his ability to get that ball in the box has been great. When he went down, I freaked out for a second. Yeah. What'd you guys think?
I remember you actually not being happy because you were like concerned, like we finally got him back and then he gets hurt again and we miss him.
Yeah.
It was crazy to see him out there and see how much better he is than his competition. I really do feel that way. I mean, I feel like his crosses aren't just they're accurate. They're to somebody.
Exactly.
They're away from the goalie. And when you were interviewing them in the locker room, we asked, actually Danny, I believe asked, or somebody asked, Nick Cushing, and he said it was purely fatigue. He said that he was, I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, he's back into like game action. He runs every play. He runs hard. Like I'm so happy. I can't believe we won as much as we did in his absence. Like that's how good we had to be.
I know.
Because he's just going to give us that. We didn't have him the entire run.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think about that and how we still had enough momentum to win that championship because he plays such an impact. We actually, in the locker room, I actually asked him, how was it to play in front of Yankee Stadium and in front of the fans again, and this is what he had to say.
To be honest, it's exactly like 9 months since the injury and being back in Yankee Stadium, and when I'm getting subbed out there and everyone is standing up and clap their hands. It's something you would remember. So of course it's I'm feeling they appreciate what I'm doing, and now it's back to work again.
Yeah, so back to work again, he says, and he's ready to perform. So I'm glad to see Tinnerholm back, and I think he's going to make an immediate impact in games moving forward as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's a very exciting.
And our studio's like falling apart over here behind Danny. We lost like top, we lost like bottom stuff. But moving on anyway.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
So let's get into NYCFC versus New England.
Before we leave, I just want to talk about Sean Johnson's play this game. I know he allowed 2 goals, but I thought he played really well. Last game was tough.
Yeah.
Although he started making some really great saves at the end, he just played so bad the last game that I was like, but
I don't know if so bad is. I think he had some mishaps, but he made up for it throughout the game.
The second half for sure.
He
second half he was stellar.
But to see him on fire, I mean, those 2 shots that I think he gave up, I don't know if they were.
Those aren't blockable.
Exactly, they were not blockable.
That header. So. I mean, Sean Johnson had a feel where it was going to go, but it was just perfect in that.
Yeah, exactly. Unblockable.
Yeah, 100% agreed. It was great to see him. I haven't doubted him. I really like him. I know he got like almost punished for not getting enough shots on target on him, but what is he supposed to? He could only block what's hit at him.
Exactly.
You know? So I just take that Cincinnati game as a bloop. That's, not going to happen again, hopefully, for the rest of the season.
Love you, Sean Johnson.
We all do.
All right, let's get into NYCFC versus New England again before you rudely cut me off. What are going to be the keys for us to beat New England this week? We finally get rest. I think, first of all, let's start off. We've gotten rest, which is great. We needed 1 week of rest. It's been like we get 2-3 days, and then we're like, all right, time to play again. But this 1 week and being at home, you had that 1 week to be at home, your own training facility. So I think that's one key, but you guys could.
So you asked and answered your own question, and you gave like the best point that we could have given. And I was like, you guys take the scraps. What else can we do?
Rest is just the simplest thing.
Well, it's a pretty big thing with our team, considering we're subbing players for fatigue. We're giving up goals every second half because of being tired. I think that's a great point. That's a good start, Javi. Danny, you got to follow that one up.
Well, I think before we talk about what's the key, let's talk about the competition, right?
Okay.
So right now we got New England. They're kind of in this interesting place because they lost Buska. I think it's Buska recently. They lost Matt Turner recently, right? Supposedly the greatest goalie in MLS. That chair keeps falling down. But now they got this new guy, Giacomo Vrioni. I am probably saying that.
Born in Italy, by the way. Plays for Albania?
Played
national
for the Albanian
team,
national
born in
team.
Italy, though. Please keep that in mind. Continue.
He was on Juventus FC.
Juventus.
I'm sorry, Juventus FC.
Pronunciations again.
And my understanding is that he didn't really play for the team. He was on loan to another team, and he scored a bajillion goals for that team. So he's supposed to be a great player. But they literally just signed him like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
So
does he even start?
Is he going to start?
I highly doubt it.
And so there's a lot of moving parts, right? So I think a good thing is that the team that we're playing with is a team that's meshed together for months, weeks, years now, right? We've had the same solid team, and now they are playing with a lot of new players. And I think it's a good time to catch them while they're trying to figure all that stuff out. And so I think that's a big part, right, of that team. The New England they have 25 points, 6 wins, 7 draws, 5 losses. No, is it 6,
7, 5? Yeah,
7 is draws.
Yeah,
6, 7, 5. And I think we know that Bowie is it Bowie or Bo? I never understood that guy's name from New England. Bo from New England seems to always score on us, so that's a little scary. So I think it's a strong team. I think they've always been strong. I think there's a lot of hatred between these two teams. I love playing New England because I love watching them lose. So I at least that's before I even answer the question, because I just rambled for a long time. That is the team we are playing. So I'm going to let you answer. What do you think are the keys for us winning this game?
Well, before I answer, since again, Javi had the best answer, I will say that I think the same way you're looking at them as an opportune time to play them, they're probably thinking it's an opportune time to play us.
That's a great call by you.
So we're in this transition period. We're giving up goals like we haven't before or all season. So I think they're coming in maybe with a little confidence, even if the 23-year-old Italian doesn't play. They're gonna fancy their chances to win that game the same way we would. So
fancy their chances.
Fancy, yeah. So I think our keys are first and foremost having Tinnerholm play, because I need those crosses. Our game, when we have a back that's running up there and making those accurate crosses, not the ones that are going right to the goalie or too close to the goalie that he could just punch him over. You want to put it in that little area where it's too far for the goalie to come out, and a mess could happen in front there, and that's what you want.
And one thing Tinnerholm does, not to cut you off, but one thing Tinnerholm does is he actually goes to the box too. Like he pushes towards the box, which frees some guys up in the middle of the box, because then you have defenders he draws in defenders to him, opens up the box, then you have Taty right in the middle who can score easily. And it's not just going to be over the top. It'll be a low kick to Taty where it's easy for him to kick it in.
And that was back to Danny's point about what Gray was doing. Like, you knew every time Gray was coming up the wing, you know what he was doing.
Yeah.
So you could stay back because the cross is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if occasionally he would fake, driving in, then bouncing out and crossing it. Something, but you got to turn it around. Agreed. I think he's going to give us that on the wing. I'm interested in seeing the lineup. I really did like the lineup that we put out last week. I like to see, Chino and Callens back there again. Who do we have? Amundsen on the left.
Yeah, I think we had the best line. I remember we looked at the lineup as we're walking into the stadium, and we're like, wow, this is it. This is the lineup. That's when at our hearts, we're like, this is going to be a great game for us. We're going to dominate these guys just because the lineup was so good. So I say we stick with the same lineup. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same lineup. We got Johnson, Tinnerholm, Chino, Callens, Amundsen, Alfredo Morales, Acevedo, Maxi, Santi, Magno, and Castellanos.
That was our lineup.
That was the lineup. And you felt great. I mean, I felt great thinking about that lineup. It didn't result in what we wanted, the score line, but I still think that's our best lineup that we've had on the field.
Do you guys think Acevedo's gonna be able to play as well as Parks did in that position?
No, but I think he could be serviceable. I think he could do a good job. But I think, let's not forget, I know it's been a few weeks since he's played and he's hurt, having surgery. He was playing like all-star level soccer.
Yeah.
So I don't think he could. We don't have 3 Parks that we could just sub in. I think he'll do his job, and I think he'll do it well. But I think we're definitely feeling the loss of Parks the same way we felt the loss of Tinnerholm. These are good players. These aren't just average players. You're gonna feel it. I think under Ronnie's reign, we were able to pick up those losses better than we're doing right now.
Yeah, how dire need is this game for us to win? Like, because it's been 5 or 6 games that we were winless. I don't know if it's 5 or 6. Somebody tell me in the YouTube comment. But yeah, it feels like a must-win game. I know it's not a must-win game because it's not a playoff game, but I just feel like we need some momentum right now, and this could be the game to kick off that momentum after a long break. Do you feel that way, Buzz? Do you feel like this is a must win, or do we still have time?
Yeah, I think it's not a must. To me, when I hear must win, I think of like, game 6 or game 7, right? And you have to win or go home. We want this win because, again, it's a rival. We're now not in first place anymore. Did we have a win in June?
I don't think so. No,
I don't think so
I don't think we had it.
No.
So we're talking about a couple games. We're talking about a month. Okay. So like we're gonna have to. I don't think it's a must. I think it's an important one, not only for Cushing to get his first win as the head coach, but just to turn the momentum around. Like it's really not good. I mean, you see it. I thought after the Cincinnati game, and like you said, it felt like a win going down as bad as we did to come back.
Mhm.
Thought the momentum. Then I see the lineup. I'm like, we're back, boys.
Yeah, we're back.
We were not back. we're back at the table again. So I don't think it's a must win, but I think a strong performance can boost the morale again and get us back on track.
Agreed. And I think it sounds like from what we're hearing from the players or we're hearing from the media as they like Nick Cushing. Yeah. It seems like also being in that, interviewing him, asking him, the tough questions. I enjoyed his answers. It seems like he really has. Also, I think he listens to the podcast, guys, because he didn't react at all at Cincy, and we scored 4 goals and almost won that. Didn't make a run reaction. We complained about it. The guy was jumping up and down next game. Yeah, he gave up that Bill Belichick coaching ASAP.
That is true. That is true. I hope he watches because we have positive criticism on the show at all times. But to your point, all the players, everybody that we spoke to or heard from, they're all saying the right things.
Yeah.
So nobody is, throwing anybody under the bus. It's easy in moments like this for a team to turn on each other. They're not doing that. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, just today, I believe Santi in like a midweek press conference said that he didn't say it in a negative way, but he said Delia and Dyla. Sorry, now I'm talking like you. Now it's been too long since he's been our coach. Dyla and Nick Cushing are completely different coaches. So we have to remember that there is a transition period, and they do want to win for him. It seems like they really want to win for him. They don't want this cloud hanging over his shoulder like, hey, look, this guy hasn't won and ever since he's been our head coach.
Yeah.
So I do feel like the players want to win for him, but there is a transition time where they have to I don't know, get to figure things out. And one thing Sean Johnson mentioned when we interviewed him in the locker room was that there has to be they have to really work on things in practice.
Yeah.
So maybe these things that are changed, these small little things that we're not seeing as fans that are changing on the field is what they need to practice.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned with his judgment, though. I think you asked a question at the press conference about Santi.
Well, yeah, I said Santi wasn't playing so well the past few games.
And he's like, stop.
He didn't say stop.
That's incorrect.
He said Santi's one of the best players we have on this team.
Right.
And when he falls a little, it looks like he's fallen a lot. But I think he was saying that he could play anywhere in the front 4.
Yeah, he did say that.
And you know what? I kind of, after he said it, I was like, that's kind of true. He is one of the most talented players we have on this team.
You criticize him every episode.
But no. But although we do criticize him,
because we don't,
because we don't have the W's to show for it. I do feel like the play in the box has gotten so my thing is with Dyla. Dyla saw the best talent we had. He put the best talent out there. But his game plan always felt like our goals were lucky. It never felt like they were really planned. And I'm seeing a lot more strategy, in my opinion, where you see, I don't know. I like Cushing, guys. Like, even if we lose this game, I still think I'm Cushing in.
Oh, we shouldn't be Cushing out yet. But what I'm saying is we need a W. Let's get
He's
a W.
growing on me, though. I think the more, even though we don't have any wins, the more games we have, Cushing's growing on me. You guys don't feel this way?
I feel like I'm shocked right now. I really am. I can't believe. I agree. He showed some personality at the post-game press conference. That was nice, and he was nice. He was complimentary towards his players. He had the cool English accent. I get it, but yeah, you gotta show me something here.
I mean, if you think about it, the last 2 games we've lost because we've parked the bus in the last 15, 20 minutes. Actually, even the Philly game, we almost came out with a draw there, and then we lost because it was like a goal on the 97th minute. So yes,
So we almost won.
3 times.
So now if we almost won a cup, is that okay with you too? Almost doesn't matter, right?
I mean, you're the Mets fan. You tell me.
All right, 1986. We're gonna win it this year, though. Mets and Yankees. So yeah, I need to see something. I need a win. I even gave him a little slack in the beginning because we played, I think, like 3 good teams. Wait, we played the Red Bull, we played the Union.
Yeah.
I think there was one more good team we played. So I try to give him I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but not like this. Like, and stop sitting down. I don't want Tallis to sit ever again. Dude, he could play 19.
He was tired. You
Think
gotta.
about how much energy you had at 19.
I still would have needed a break
No.
after. All right, moving on.
Okay, so key of the game you're saying is have Tallis play for 90 minutes against New England.
96 minutes if we have that extra time.
Okay.
No, the key is the defense. We have to shore up the defense this game. We've been giving up a lot more goals than we have all season, right? The last few.
Yeah.
We got to shore up that defense. Callens, I love when he makes those runs, but somebody's got to cover him when he goes for those runs.
Yeah.
I think on Alfredo, I want to give him credit. He had a great game. Defensively, I felt he made some real good defensive runs.
Yeah.
And the other key, if I could mention, is, you know what? I got a real one that you guys aren't going to like. It's going to change up the lineup. I want Maxi in the 6 for the first time under Cushing.
And take out Acevedo?
No, he's going next to Acevedo.
So then you take it
Oh, no, excuse me. Next to Morales. Yes, right.
Yes.
Next to Alfredo.
Yes.
And let's see if that doesn't work. It worked under Ronnie. I don't
Yeah.
like this, Javi. What are you saying? You don't like this?
No. I mean, I think it's worth a shot. We're in a bad streak right now. One thing that just made you reminded me is Hack actually got subbed in. Talking about the 6. Hack has been performing really well, and he's finally gotten significant minutes these last 2 games. One of them was because of injury, but then this one was intentionally. Well, I think he came in for Tinnerholm. I know they shifted the positions around, but no, I don't think he came in for Tinnerholm. But he definitely came in, and what it seems like he might become more of a significant person who's either going to be subbed or maybe eventually starting, and I'm not mad about it. I think he's performing well.
I think he is too. I like Hack a lot.
In limited action, I think he's been great. I can't see him starting over.
No, not Maxi, of course not.
Yeah.
But
and I don't want him starting over Alfredo either.
Well, I feel like we keep going about this. I think what it is I think we don't feel Santi should be on the right wing because you just want Santi to be moved to the 10.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if he's as talented as we know he is, he's obviously Nick Cushing's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in his natural role. You know, Cushing said he could play any of those 4 front spots. Put him there. I mean, I'm not saying to put Maxi in the 6 if it's never been done before. I'm just like grasping at straws. He's done it and he's played well there.
Yeah.
So now and then we bring in either your favorite Pereira on the right wing, who's been looking great. He's young, or maybe Thiago gets out of the doghouse and we give him some minutes again.
He played last game.
Well, like very minimal.
Yeah, he came late, but
right? And he promises not to headbutt anybody, and he'll play. So those are my keys.
All right. Well, those keys are gonna be going into your bets. So cue the transition.
Betting with
us.
It's been so long.
We're already forgetting this.
All right. So last week we went 1 for 1. We lost the win, which we lose every week. That Cushing is the coach. So I apologize for that. But we had the over. We had 4 goals, so always over 2.5. So this week, to make it up to all of our fans, we're gonna give 3 locks. Okay.
You're looking tan today. I'm looking you on the camera.
Yeah. It's about time now. I don't look so pale. He always makes us look so pale. Danny's still looking pale. I don't know what to say, but it's getting better. Look at this. Look at that.
Yankee Stadium, son. All right, keep going.
All right. So the first one is the riskiest of all locks, which is, contradictory, but we always take NYCFC at home or away to win. So I think it's -170, which is surprising. in my opinion.
I think so. I think we're due for a win. Like we're really due for. Well, it was 170 last week too.
Yeah, but we also thought we were due for a win last week.
I really, yeah.
Not so much so that we put a couple of
shekels.
Game time, a lot of shekels. Second lock, we're gonna take the over 2.5. This is a lock of all locks. I mean, our defense is in shambles right now. We'll give up a couple of goals. Taty will score another brace. Take the over 2.5. And then one that just sounds too easy is both teams to score for negative 168. We're gonna give up a goal, and Taty will score a goal. So those are the 3 locks. Take them. And we apologize for the last few weeks that we bet the team under Cushing.
So I like to mention his key to the game is to have better defense, but he doesn't believe in the better defense.
Just so you know, I could hope and pray, but what happens is 2 different stories, all right?
No, that makes
we
sense.
will give up some goals, unfortunately.
I believe in you, Sean Johnson.
I do too, but it's not all on him. This poor guy is like diving all over the place, doing everything he can. But when we give him like 2 feet shot, goals, that's not a slight to you, Sean Johnson. If it was you alone, I would take it, the under. But we need defense.
All right, so what do we think is gonna be our final prediction? You're already expecting 2 teams to score, but so first, what's your final prediction?
I'm gonna give you what's gonna happen and what I want to happen. 2 separate things, okay? What's gonna happen is we're gonna draw 2-2 again. Okay. What I want to happen is we win 3-2. It's not gonna happen. It's 2-2. We're gonna score a goal. We're gonna probably. You know what? I can feel it. We're gonna come out strong, solid lineup. We're gonna score 2 goals, and then we're gonna give up 2 goals like in the last 10 minutes. If this happens, I gotta like go on some Las Vegas gambling channel. 2-2 is my prediction. Taty at least 1 more goal.
There you go.
I'm believing in Nick Cushing, guys.
Oh my God,
I think this is it.
This is it. All right. What
You know,
happens?
I've offered draws the past 2 games. It was pretty much right on both last 2 games. I'm gonna say 2-1 NYCFC. Let's go, boys.
I'm gonna go. You see, I can't make it to this game, and whenever I can't make it to a game, it's the most epic game ever, and they're gonna like destroy them. So I feel like it's gonna be like a 4-1 score line where they just obliterate these guys.
What did you guys drink before? I mean, we watching the same team
They're coming back
eventually.
They're well rested. You got to remember.
Oh, that's
that.
right. The key to the game.
Key to the game.
Javier, what's the key? Wait, before you guys answer. Rest. You're right. Good point. Good point. I hope they win, guys. I want them to win.
If you like the show, please like, comment, subscribe. Any final words, guys?
Wearing the shirt, the Hawaiian shirt, because we're giving away Hawaiian shirts this game. Make sure to pick you guys up. Oh, you'll be there.
I'll be with you. I'll be with you.
We'll see if we could pick up another one for him.
Well, actually, we'll just. Why don't? Oh no, because it might be family day.
I might be bringing family.
So if we get extra tickets and everybody gets, Solito can't wear that shirt.
Exactly.
So we'll have another one. You get
Let's
Solitos.
go.
Oh,
I'm
exactly.
pumped. It might be a little small because Solito's a baby. But...
yeah, that's true.
So we'll see you guys at the game. We had a great time last week at Yankee Tavern.
Right.
Trey took us along with him, and really, it was a good time.
We made
Westchester Third
boy,
Rail.
Oh,
Joining
yeah.
you guys at Westchester Third Rail, coming to the game.
Yeah.
Westchester folks,
Pinkies
man.
up.
Never forget. Never forget. Yes.
Pinkies up.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Take care.